Hello everyone, welcome back. It's right to where I left off. So we got a few things I want to search for. So we know Eve and Hannah are the two personalities. Music stopped. That's creepy. Personality? What about like split? What if we do that? No. Nope. Okay. We have Domino. We can check for Domino. Anything about Domino? Ooh, a little bit. Domino's a cat.
No cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino.
You had a cat?
It's this little black thing with white dots.
Phone ringing.
And we never did anything about the cat flap, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
What about the notes? Hannah? Okay. Bin. I want to go back to the body thing. Found the bin.
I left the next day, Saturday. I slept for a few hours in the car. And when I woke up, I came straight back. Simon wasn't returning my calls and I wanted to try and make up.
Mm-hmm.
I got back to the house and Simon wasn't there. And I... Is there a bin?
Whoa. I was not expecting that. Okay, body. 6 entries. Okay, we gotta figure out that other entry.
The bruise. I have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes and goes.
Let's check vomit maybe? Or like throw up?
I don't know if there's much more that I can tell you that I haven't already told the other policemen.
Police.
I found
Let's
the
check
body.
police too.
His body. It didn't look real.
He was cut on the floor. His throat was cut.
It looked like his throat had been cut.
Any throat?
I didn't see his glasses. He has these thick...
He doesn't wear them for
glasses.
photos though.
He doesn't always wear them.
Are you gonna
Really? Okay.
more creepy songs? Oh no. Did she fall into the water and almost drown? And that's how she's processing it in her head?
Yes, he made a fiddle bow of her long blonde hair, all the dreadful wind and rain. And he made fiddle pegs of her finger bows, all the wind and the rain. Yes, he made fiddle pegs from her finger bows, all the dreadful wind and rain.
Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to stop singing.
Made a fiddle
Please.
out of her breastbone, all the wind and rain.
This is a terrifying fiddle.
It's a heart of stone, all the dreadful wind and rain. But the only tune that the fiddle could play was all the wind.
I'm waiting for a
and
jump
the
scare. I don't know why right now.
rain.
I feel like it's coming.
Yes, the only tune.
One of those like,
that the
you'll never check these two photos and find the differences, and then like a face screams at you. I'm really on edge. Don't clap. It's creepy.
Anything you sing may be used as evidence against you.
Okay. I want to check fiddle now because that's
Can you
creepy,
imagine?
just in case.
I tried. I tried to get pregnant too, but it didn't happen. I slept with so many boys, men. My body refused.
Do you think?
I think my
I don't know if
period
that's
stopped
too
because
messed up.
hers had.
Do you think the other
Just
personality
thinking.
got like
I mean, how could we stay the same?
jealous
Felt like Hannah
of
really
herself
fucked things up.
and caused
Instead,
the
separate
miscarriage?
paths.
Is that too dark?
We had become different.
Maybe it's not too dark. Body found, maybe. We found the other body. Entry.
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew we
Shit!
had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it, rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch, that was my touch, to make sure the alibi stuck.
So they found Hannah and Eve found the body. One of the personalities is like, we need to stash this in the bins behind where the baby stuff was. Other personality finds it and is shocked. That's what calls the cops and gives them an alibi. Oh, shit. Okay. What are we missing here?
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight.
Who's Florence?
It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me.
That creeps me out every time.
Florence was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I guess.
Oh, there was a broken mirror,
When I
too.
found her diary, I also found a biscuit
Did
tin
they kill him
with other
with the mirror?
stuff in it.
That's what cut his
Older
throat.
papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story was in there.
Her story!
I never really
I
spoke
said
to
it.
her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just put it together later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family, but her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then. You know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know.
I'm trying to think what Florence was to Hannah. Was it just a neighbor?
No, it was just me and her. Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
Okay. 5 entries found. That's the whole kit and caboodle for Florence. Okay, mirror. Here we go. Here we go.
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror. A nice mirror.
I saw that
He'd engraved the glass,
color distortion on the
kind of
camera.
mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
Did it maybe say like for Hannah and Eve got jealous?
The mirror. I can't remember.
Don't lie.
I put it somewhere safe.
In his throat.
Upstairs, I think. I haven't looked at it since.
It was broken.
Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
Nope. Broken, maybe gift? No. Shard. No. Fragment. Ooh, I can spell. No. Did I say broken already? Did I say gift? Mirror. Weapon. What about weapon? Is there a slow reflection of the girl in the monitor right now? Am I freaking out? Or is that happening? Do you see? Like, here's the jawline. And the neck. Right here. And like an ear. And an ear. That's really, I'm creepy. I The lips are moving. The lips are moving. It is a face. I'm creeping myself out. The lips are right here. They just moved. Am I her? Look! It nodded. It's moving. Oh, I'm creeped out. Help.
Sure? Yes.
Oh, that made me so, like, I'm uneasy. I'm uneasy.
Make sure that I'm there.
Has it always been like that? I think it has. I think it has been.
No, he doesn't keep a diary. That's
Diary.
nothing.
Let's check diary. It's a good
Okay,
thing.
well,
Oh, I should check police
well,
too.
As long as I can
Alibi.
remember,
That's a good one too.
Since I was a girl, helps make sense of my day. And when you're forced to put something into words, just gives you perspective. Everyone's on the same page. When you've been married for 10 years, stuff accumulates. We could argue about anything. And he's so nice. That doesn't help. He tries to smooth things over, and that just makes it worse. We're both passive aggressive, so we never normally argue directly about anything.
Police. I don't look at police. 7 entries found.
When will the police let me back in the house? They let me take a bag of clothes with me, but... Yeah. 1984 was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's.
Doug and
I was the
Eleanor.
baby at the end of spring, and my parents died in the summer. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 1985. 19 It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful. Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of
Doug and
police.
Eleanor died, and they're Simon's
Forensic
parents.
entomologist. I had to look that up. It was because of the heat. It's just awful.
So we still don't know who her parents were.
They said it was food poisoning. There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe. Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But, I mean, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone. And no one had any reason to hurt them.
Death caps, mushrooms. Who? How many people? No. What about report, though?
I was living in the attic.
No,
It
you
was a
weren't.
very hard time. I was depressed. Was still pretty sick of the STD.
STD?
And I came down one morning and they were dead. They were in bed and both had been sick. They'd thrown up a lot.
You threw up.
And I slept through it. The police said it was the mushrooms they ate. Dad was a mushroom expert. I mean, he used to take us picking with him and he taught us how to recognise them. And there's no way he would have picked death caps. But the police believe that's what happened. They never even looked in the attic.
Did one of her personalities do all these murders?
No. Things
I gotta know.
The bags, I think they were from our kitchen. You can probably check that. We never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need. Dad used to grow mushrooms there. The bags were taped up. I think it was parcel tape, but I think it was ours. No, they were shut. Most of the windows are really hard to open anyway. They're stifling in summer.
Stifling.
They were painted over by my dad. Could have left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap in the back door.
Okay.
At the time they said it was poison, food poisoning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I felt so guilty. If I'd still been at home,
You
maybe I
were.
could have done something. I didn't.
You were in the attic. You murdered them. Ah.
I got a job to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school. They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids. So you see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's never just been the two of us. There's always been pressure.
Does Simon exist? Does Simon exist? Okay, just checking. I got some stuff written down here.
I think it was that time, the first time at the house, in his bed, that I got pregnant.
She probably started pregnant too.
This fucking magic sperm. And they say lightning doesn't strike twice. I didn't tell him. I missed 3 periods.
Was there 2 babies?
I had regular periods anyway, but 3. I had always thought we were infertile. Both of us. I didn't tell him. Just waited. Hannah and I were meeting for our birthday, and I told her because I thought she would be happy for us both. I think she was.
Those are lights just turning on, shining on me. I'm her. Because that, I still see my reflection in the mirror, or in the monitor. Am I trying to prove her innocence or make her guilty? Is that what the like sirens are? Okay. I'm very curious now if that's what we're trying to do, if we're trying to route her out as being innocent. Okay. Nothing about the scar. How about pregnant? Ooh, a lot of.
I got pregnant.
Uh-huh.
Both our parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room. And they decided we should get married.
We should check Doug and Eleanor as well. We still have that. So creepy that the face is there the whole game.
Yes, I'm fine. I won't be sick again. This happens some days.
She was sick. This
I'm
is 94.
pregnant.
She's saying she's pregnant
It's
again.
morning sickness.
Okay.
No. Well, yes.
So she got pregnant
He
twice.
found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant.
What is going on?
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind. But she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
Achievement.
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted.
Glasgow.
The streets were empty. I was driving back,
I already have that written down, actually.
and I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just painful.
Accident? Crash?
The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out.
Hospital.
It was fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car. Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next?
Man, this is tough to piece together what all is actually happening.
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs. It was an accident.
You pushed
I
her.
had read a diary at that point, and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day, and I left. Walked out and across the street.
What is going on?
It just became our way of life. We would swap places and take it in turns to do things, and we were very careful. Whoever had been out that day would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on the same page. We had a list of rules that said what we could and couldn't do in any given situation. It was exhaustive. We lived a second life through those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations.
Mm-hmm.
We would consider all the permutations of future events and agree rules to walk our way through them.
Okay.
No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow, so we were separated again. I stayed in the attic.
Maybe I should search attic.
It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognized me, I started wearing a wig.
Was it blonde?
Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant. But I couldn't. I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers. Drunk guys I'd met in clubs, in parks and alleyways.
Oh, I'm so
I was
like
17. It felt like I was being punished. But it was Hannah who had betrayed us. I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD. When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes.
reflection, maybe?
Was it time to become our own people? That
We
seemed
gotta look
like
up
the
Doug and
right
Eleanor.
thing to do,
Can't forget
but
that.
Neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan.
So you murdered everyone. Doug. Whoa.
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them. I hoover, I dust every week. Maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week. But every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day. Ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes.
Mm-hmm.
When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that.
It's like a secret.
Okay. I parked up in the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer.
This is maybe when she found the
I took my
body.
keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly in the living room. Nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
Wait.
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day.
Who
Not that there's anything much to say.
is Eleanor and Doug then?
It's more
I thought it was Doug's parents. She spilt some coffee. I got an achievement for that. Okay. What do we have? Body. Whoa! That just creeps me out so much. Am I like on a time? Am I on a timer? Oh no. I already searched pregnant. What am I doing? Visa. No? How about... what else did I have written down? Back to murder. Back to the beginning. Nope.
Rehearsed? You ask me the same question, you'll get the same answer. Is that your evidence? Of course I thought about what happened then. It's all I've thought about. My husband is dead.
Got a whole bunch for
I
husband.
haven't been into work. I guess I've just been waiting to hear from you, hear from my husband.
I can only type in no or yes.
I haven't been into work. I guess I've just been waiting to hear from you, hear from my husband. when you suspect someone of murdering their husband.
What is this?
She's crying, I guess. She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman.
It was you! You were the other woman.
But it's okay, because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother. And so it's fine.
What? Did Simon have a
It
brother?
sounds suspicious. It's not a normal thing
Did
to
Simon
do to go
have-
to the other end of the country. I wanted to keep it simple.
I don't know.
I knew it was stupid not to tell you everything. Saying I spent the night in Glasgow when my husband went missing, I thought it would
I still haven't done Glasgow.
distract you from what was important. It's different now. Now he's...
I don't think that'll do anything. Nope. Okay. Glasgow. Okay.
So I
Some
got
juice.
in the car and I drove.
This was on Friday.
I just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep. Yes. I got to Glasgow, I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from the payphone, and then headed back.
Oh, hospital. We never checked hospital.
No, I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning. It's like I told you before, I drove. I took the car and drove. I don't have my own car, but I have a spare set of keys. I just drove north. I wanted to think, put some space between me and them. Everything I told you before is true. I stopped at Glasgow. I was tired, exhausted. I pulled out and I hit a car. My car was okay, but I was worried about the baby, so I went to A&E to get the okay. Everything was fine. Slept in the car. When I woke, I tried to call Hannah from a payphone. She wasn't answering. And then I decided to drive back.
Wait.
I had decided that she was more important to me.
So you didn't try to call Simon because you tried to call yourself? What's actually happening? Is Simon made up? Is Simon not real?
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything.
So Hannah doesn't believe Eve's real.
Can you arrest someone who doesn't exist?
And Eve did all the stuff. Eve did all the bad stuff. Okay. Oh, that's not how you spell Rapunzel, Dan. Okay. Okay, we got a few on Rapunzel.
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as
Should we next time this
I read
after
these
this one? I
fairy tales over
don't know how long it's been.
books
I'm
and books.
absorbed in the game.
Rapunzel was my
I'll next
favourite.
time this. After
My
this.
brain is just full of it. Oh, any of these in colour?
Okay. Next time, I'm assuming the conclusion. I am really invested in this game. This is great. See you guys next time.